Hello my fellow dungeon crawlers, or would-be dungeon crawlers. This is the Danger here with Operencia, the Stolen Sun review. Now Operencia, the Stolen Sun is a dungeon crawler by Zen Shields. It's their first effort, and it's a pretty damn good one. You can get Operencia, the Stolen Sun on Xbox and the PC as well via Microsoft Windows Store, or even better, on the Epic Game Store. You know, that's yeah, everyone loves the Epic Game Store because it's, you know, it's epic. So yeah, and it will be on Steam in about 20 years. We were playing on the Xbox One S with a controller via Xbox Game Pass, which makes this game even extra great value. And we completed our first playthrough in just over 52 hours total, with 41 out of 47 achievements unlocked, if you know, care about that thing, and it gives you some idea of how much we got done in the game. So we're gonna go through the good, the bad, the ugly, and then the score. Let's start with the good. So there's a good combat system in this game. It's not necessarily the most complex thing ever, but when it's flowing, it's good, and you can feel like you're doing the right things when you've got the right party members. You can feel a little bit weak here and there in the early parts when you're missing certain people, but once the party gets built up, yeah, it's a pretty good system. One excellent aspect of the game is the voice acting. The voice acting is really good, professional, real bang up job, good party banter, and some really funny dialogue moments, in my opinion. If you have a sense of humor and aptitude to such things, you'll enjoy it. And great voice acting makes for great characters, which is a great thing as well. And there are also many secrets to find if that's your bag. If you like the secrets, then you're covered there. There's some good varied levels in terms of, you know, visual aspects, as well as you know, the challenges that those areas offer. And there's also some nice music and sounds in this game, especially in certain locations. Some areas have better music than others, but overall it's a good thing. It's actually good. Let's hit the bad. But the thing popping up on my screen is distracting me. Distracting me. There you go. Alright, it's like, you know, it's like 5:30 AM. Alright, the bad. So some enemies, areas, and some enemy types are quite tedious to take down. And tedious being not hard to take down, just takes forever, which is a bad thing in my opinion. Secondly, there's some noticeable FPS drops, at least on the Xbox One S, at least on my machine, in certain locations and sequences. It's not game stopping necessarily, but it's noticeable, so it's worth knowing. They do reuse some enemies. I wouldn't say necessarily too much, but it is noticeable, so I wanted to put it in bad still. But, you know, bear in mind this is an indie game. It's got a little bit of a lower budget, a little bit of a lower price point, so take that into account. And the grid-based system is another issue I have with the game, but this is something that is a problem for grid-based games, I suppose, but in that it restricts your vision in terms of finding switches and, you know, knobs to push and prod, which is a thing in this, and it can be problematic when you are restricted in your view because of the grid-based nature of the thing. So that's worth noting. Final thing is some of the systems, and specifically I'm talking about the brewing system, the potion system doesn't really maybe work as well as it could. You probably won't find yourself potentially using as much potions as you could. I could see it as something that people would possibly ignore, but that might be personal viewpoint maybe, I don't know, but I have a feeling that system could be fleshed out a little bit more, but it still has its uses and some cool things, and we've got a very cool recipe series, plug, that has all of them there if you need help with that. And now onto the ugly. Yeah, the really ugly, like ugly, really ugly. So the ugly is there's only one, and it's some of the puzzles, man. Some of the puzzles in this. My most frustrating points in this game were with 2 or 3 of the puzzles. I think 2 of the 3 of those were progression based ones, and one of them was an optional. Oh man. Now I suppose depends on your alertness and your smarts and your IQ and your attention span. You might just fly through those and not find any problem with it, but that was definitely my issue, and I'd consider myself reasonable of all those attributes, so I think that might be a problem for some people. Might even be a deal breaker in some areas. So yeah, be prepared for 2 or 3 dodgy puzzles in there. So now onto the score. So overall I've given Operencia Stolen Sun an 8 out of 10. That's right,
8 out of 10. Just pretty damn good.
and it's a pretty damn good game. It may impress you less if you've played quite a few dungeon crawlers and it's not your first rodeo and you've got a lot to compare to, especially if you completed a few of them. But this is my first dungeon crawler completed. It's not my first dungeon crawler I've played, but it's definitely the first one I've played as much of and completed. Overall, it's a really fun dungeon crawling romp with an impressive first effort, I should say, from Zen Studios, who are more known for their venerable Pinball FX game series. You could tell I wrote that down, right? You could tell I'm reading from a script there. Yeah, probably should have left out the venerable thing. Anyway, it's a great value as well considering the low price. It's got lower price point than your standard AAA offerings, and it's available on Xbox Game Pass as well, which means you really have no excuse to not try this game out at the least. And Microsoft are like good with giving you refunds even if you've played like 3 hours of like Xbox Game Pass. I've been like given like a refund. I don't know, man, but yeah. Anyway, that's the review. I hope you enjoyed it. It's the first time doing it. Hopefully it didn't show. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment in below. And what do you think of the game? What do you think of the review? Do you like the format? Does it need tweaking? Should I never ever do it again? Let me know. See you soon. Thanks much, and I'm out. Bedtime, I think.